Welcome to the show that takes up no more than 5 minutes of your time, but could help you gain massive real estate knowledge. It's 5 Minutes in Real Estate with best-selling author Shane Willis.
Well, hello, it's Shane Willis, Pensacola real estate expert, bringing you today's episode. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good one. We're going to have probably a short podcast today. Maybe we'll actually hit the 5-minute mark, but I did want to bring this up because there was something I've been talking about the last couple of weeks has changed, and it's always interesting when something like that changes. So today we're talking about how the buyer's demand is still in decline. Buyers are still demanding properties. I got a couple of statistics. I said, according to the National Association of Realtors, the inventory of homes for sale has fallen year over year for 36 months and now stands at 4.1 months supply. So 4.1 months worth of supply. That's what I wanted to say change, because if you've listened to the podcast episode, I always tell you, you never say it's a buyer's market or a seller's market until you drill down to the actual, there's some breaks there, until you drill down to the actual price point. It can't be county-wide. And if you've listened the last couple of weeks, you know that I have said the $300,000 to $350,000 mark here in Escambia County has grown to 7.1 months worth of inventory, which starts to tip the scale towards the buyer's side. A 6 months inventory is a normal market. Anything over 6 is considered a buyer's market. Anything under 6 is a seller's market. Anything under 3 is considered a hyper seller's market. Anything over 9 is considered a hyper buyer's market. So the 3 to 350 was at 7.1 months worth of inventory. The 350 to 400 was at 7.8 months worth of inventory. So that definitely was starting to click towards the buyer side. Well, I got the reports this week. Reports came out this week. That has changed slightly. Some of the inventory between the 3 and 350 have come off the market. So as we sit this particular week, because I get this report at the beginning of the week, but as we sit this week, the 300 to 350 price point now sits at 5.8 months worth of inventory. So you've tipped a little bit back towards the seller's market. We're right there basically at a neutral. The 350 to 400 mark is sitting at 6.8. So it's actually sitting at a neutral market, almost tipped towards a buyer's market, but not there. But that just goes to show you demand is still high regardless of where it's at. Now there are some price points. I want to say the 6 to 650 in Escambia County is something like 10.8 months. So some of the more luxury stuff, we do have a lot more inventory. But across the nation and here in Escambia County as well, we're still having a supply problem, but demand is continuing to grow. So NAR's chief economist, National Association of Realtors chief economist, says inventory coming on the market during this year's spring buying season, as evidenced again by last week's reading, was not even close to enough to satisfying demand. That's why home prices keep going up. All right, they just have to. And they're going under contract faster and faster. Now you say that, but that does have to do somewhat with pre-marketing. I had a client right now that I'm working with attempted to sell their home for sale by owner for about 4 weeks, realized that was no bueno, called me up, we had it under contract. Really good contract within a week of coming on the market. Now it took me a little bit to get it ready to come on the market. We had to do a few things, not a whole lot. There was like very minimal to do. That place was gorgeous, but we needed to get marketing set up, like professional photos, and you guys know I'm big on that. So but it was under contract very, very quickly. So as soon as the marketing kicks in, it's almost done, right? Is there any relief coming to this demand? According to CoreLogic's 2018 report, and I'm going to put the link to this report, 4 times as many renters are considering buying in the next 12 months as homeowners are planning to sell. So all this report says, if we look to the future, is over the next 12 months, for every one person they're going to put on the market, 4 are coming on to buy. Well, that seems like the buyer demand is still going to be pretty high and the seller supply is still going to be pretty low, which based off that basic economic model to begin with says that we're looking to a continuation of what we got right now. Probably a continuation, at least in most price points, for a seller's market to exist. Do a lot of homeowners actually realize how much equity they have? Across the country, what did it say? With home prices rising, homeowners gained over $1 trillion in equity in the last 12 months, with the average homeowner gaining $16,000. There are people that have not even considered listing because they still think they don't have a whole lot of equity. They still think that they're down. Not necessarily upside down, but don't have enough equity to do anything, and they almost feel stuck in the property. That's what I wanted to talk about today. You're not stuck in the property. We need to chat. Now, there may be some stuff to where we are just right at it, but I think that's a lot less likely right now than it has been in a long time, and that's because demand's continuing to push prices up with supply being as low as it is. So if you've even considered selling, let's chat. And if you're considering buying, make sure you get everything lined up first. There's a whole lot to it. I've got a couple buyers that wanted to put the cart in front of the horse and lost out on properties because of it. And we're still looking. Now that we got the horse in front of the cart, we're actually still looking. Boy, we got the dogs going crazy this morning in the neighborhood. All right, that's all I got for you today. As always, if you have not subscribed to get our tips, tricks, graphs, infographics, get over to 5minutesinrealestate.com. That's 5minutesinrealestate.com. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast on whatever your player of choice is, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, whatever, hit subscribe so you get notified when we put the new ones up. And finally, as always, if I brought any value to you from this episode or any other episode that you listen to, one thing I do ask for you to do is share it on social media. Don't think we hit the 5-minute mark, but I think it was a pretty good one. Have a great Wednesday.